All Aboard by Phil Wingfield. Mamallapuram, 7th of January 2007. Mamallapuram, also known as Mahabalipuram, is a town on a strip of land sandwiched between the Bay of Bengal and the Great Salt Lake, some 60 kilometres south of Chennai. The town boasts some of the oldest monuments in the country, Palava dynasty temples and figures dating from the 7th and 8th centuries. The world-famous Shore Temple is over 1400 years old, but the complexity of the build and the carvings are staggering. So it's a bit off that the name of this ancient artisan dynasty has now become a byword for an unnecessarily elaborate or complex procedure. After all, if a job's worth doing, etc. However, this tale has nothing to do with bays, lakes, skillfully constructed temples or carvings. It's about the palava of catching a bus.
Kinda crazy, eh?
Late afternoon finds us sitting in a little cafe next to the Mamallapuram bus station. An expanse of gravel and grit populated by an ever-moving, ever-changing number of people awaiting transport. There are no apparent stands or signage and no discernible queue system. Buses scrunch in to be assaulted by prospective passengers who launch themselves at the vehicles from all directions before scrunching out again, bursting at the seams with humanity. Luckily, the signs on the buses are in English, or we would be totally stuffed. We sit and watch this for a good 30 minutes, but learn nothing, it would seem. So when it comes to it, we ask some likely individuals where the Chennai bus stops and head to that particular area of gravel and grit. Had we observed properly, we would have seen that there are those who wait along the streets on the approach route and try to leap on the bus as it drives by. There are those who wait in the station, but fire themselves at the vehicle as it approaches like bullets from guns. Both approaches pay dividends, but it's chaos. The bus stampedes make no allowance for race, creed, colour, age or gender. The two British stiff upper-lip stuffed shirts waiting patiently in line and believing in their naivety that fair play will get them a seat are feces out of luck. It's everyone for themselves. Our reticence cost us a place on the first bus we tried for, which, sadly, was the express. Subsequent buses are mobbed in similar fashion. They leave crammed to the gunnels, both entrance and exit doors unable to close on the excessive numbers of passengers. The vehicles are almost physically bulging, and I imagine them having a contraction and vomiting passengers out onto the road through both doors and windows. A taxi driver catches sight of us and offers to take us back to Chennai for 750 rupees, which is less than a tenner. A tenner? Are you mad? Bloody-minded and tight-fisted we are, we will get that bus. Another Chennai bus comes along and reverses into the station. When in Rome, or Mamallapuram as they say, we stampede with the herd and manage to barge our way onto the vehicle. It's a pushing and shoving free-for-all, which, at home, would result in fisticuffs at least. Maybe a pitched battle. People would forget the bus and concentrate on exacting physical vengeance for the heinous crime of jostling. But here, it's just the way it is. And an elbow to the face is part and parcel of everyday travel. We stood for most of the 2-hour trip back to Chennai. A fellow passenger informs us that if we wanted to board and take a seat in a calm and orderly fashion, we would have to wait until late evening. Or we could take a taxi, sit in comfort, cut the journey time in half for less than a tenner. All Aboard was written and read by Phil Wingfield.
Kinda crazy, eh?
Very.